The Sandman universe is expanding like never before with 4 new series from creative teams handpicked by Neil Gaiman himself. The adventure kicks off today in the Sandman universe #1, and we've got the collaborators here to fill us in on their master plans.
The Dreaming will be written by Cy Spurrier with art from Bill Quizzievely. It's going to do some glorious things. We're going to be revisiting characters, establishing some new characters. It's going to have peculiar impacts.
This is literally an environment where not only can you tell every story, but every story exists. That is the stuff of The Dreaming, is story. It's just this seething melting pot of opportunities, and of course we'll occasionally dip back into the real world to see how the stuff that happens in this subconscious realm is affecting things that go on with those of us living in what we politely call reality. For the purposes of simplicity, our 3 main characters are Lucian, who is the librarian in the castle at the heart of The Dreaming. So he's a character who's been around for a very long time, even before Neil's Sandman run. Nuala, who is a fairy, elf from the mystical realm of fairy. And then the third character, it's a new character that's come directly from my brain, is a woman called Dora. She's probably a dream. She's a citizen of The Dreaming, but she doesn't really know her place, and she has no memory of anything up until the point that she appeared in The Dreaming. In the context of the Dreaming, she's sort of an outlaw, I guess. She doesn't really have a place. In fact, she's constantly causing mischief and doesn't really seem to be part of the furniture that belongs. And it's kind of an honor and a privilege to be able to create a new character from scratch to inhabit this universe that so many of us are so familiar with and so fond of.
Nalo Hopkinson is going to be writing House of Whispers. It's the story of Urzuli, a figure from voodoo mythology who is going to be coming hard and fast into the Sandman universe.
House of Whispers is going to be a whole new house in The Dreaming. One of the things I love about it is that the person who owns or runs it is Urzuli, the deity in charge of various forms of love. She is a very strong protectress of her family and of children. She can be high femme, but don't make the mistake of thinking that means she's soft. So I'm going to be using probably a number of different aspects of Urzuli. Urzuli Gérouge, which is what happens when you piss Urzuli off. Gérouge means red-eyed. So still high femme, but really back off now. And then there's the older Urzuli, Urzuli Danto, who is, her back is bowed from all the care she carries. She's someone who's gone through a lot. Those are the main 3, but generally she's the person for whom love is a strength. I think one of the things Urzuli is going to have to deal with is essentially, if you're somebody who is depended on by a lot of people, how do you manage that when your own house is crumbling, both literally and figuratively? The idea of creating a new house with Urzuli in it was Neil's idea, so it felt like there was a place for me that was a very natural place to inhabit.
In Lucifer, we have Dan Waters. He's going to take the Lord of Lies on a journey of survival. I think it's best to describe it.
So we've had a lot about how Lucifer views the world, but I'm really, really interested in how he has shaped us, whether he's wanted to or not, whether he's been bothered about us, whether he's cared about us. But he has been there throughout all of our history, all of our myth, and he has shaped how we've behaved, how we've thought about the world, and that's something I really, really want to get my teeth into. We're definitely going to start it in the present day, but then I'm really, really excited to go backwards as well as forwards and see what he's been like in the past, where he's popped up to Earth from hell and sort of stuck his oar into things. I don't think you can do Lucifer without bringing in the Mazikeen, so I'm really excited to be working with her. We have been given the keys to a very, very exciting car, and it can take us anywhere in the universe, and that's exactly where I want to take Lucifer.
And Books of Magic from Cat Howard is going to take you back into Tim Hunter's journey and show you a Tim Hunter journey that you could not imagine.
a young boy named Tim Hunter who learns, first of all, he learns that he's a wizard, which is kind of great. And then he learns that there's this prophecy about him that he's gonna be like a really great wizard, or he's gonna be like super evil and end the world, universe, all sorts of bad things. And then also there's some people who are trying to kill him. The good guys possibly are also trying to kill him. So he's got a few more complications in his life than your average 13-year-old kid. Even though he's got all these, you know, huge dramatic prophecies and stuff, like he's a kid. You know, he's a normal kid trying to have a normal life, trying to deal with, you know, parents and going to school and having crushes on people and stuff like that. And at the same time, he's got magic. Like, I just imagine what it would be like to be like 13 years old and be like, hello, I am a magician. It's such a great universe to play in, and there's so many wonderful characters, and so I'm just sort of really looking forward to picking bits and pieces here and there to make sparkly.
We will all, in our own way, be putting down a marker that says, this is the new canon, this is the new version of what happened. And in most cases, certainly in my case, that probably means the dreaming continued in some form or another. And then we cut forward to 2018 and we find the dreaming in its new condition.
Tell your story. You're here because we want your voice and your stories. And so all of us kind of went, yeah. And I think it's going to be even more exciting than I thought it was.
You know, Sandman is a testament to that. You've got so many chapters that just go off in their own little directions and do really, really exciting things.
I keep having these moments of, I'm writing a Sandman book. I'm writing a Sandman book.
I hope you're going to join me and a wonderful group of artists and writers. And with your help, we'll create more than a little bit of magic in the new Sandman universe.
That's a preview of the Sandman Universe #1, and here's a full list of the new DC comics you can pick up this week. That's it for now, but make sure you pick up your copy of the Sandman Universe #1 this week so you can get in on the ground floor of the latest chapter of Neil Gaiman's Brainchild. Plus, stay tuned for the premieres of The Dreaming and House of Whispers next month. See you next time.